Doing what I feel with no regrets. Constantly forgiving, but I'm never gonna forget. Always keeping my composure, I won't let them see me sweat. The only thing that really matters is the power and respect in this world. I won't make the same mistakes from all the lessons I learned. Ain't no coping, no emotions for them bridges I burned. Must have been forced in my hand.
Episode 8.
Is
that what it is? Episode 8?
Yeah, last one was 7, right?
8.
Kobe.
Yes, sir. RIP, my dog. We in the building with the bros once again. I'm not going to say my normal tagline because these niggas roasted me on the last one. So we going to switch it up, man. Episode 8 of the Mac 5 podcast. I'm Drew. The bros is here with me, and I'm going to let y'all introduce yourselves as go around.
What up, y'all? This is Lance, a.k.a. Six Man, a.k.a. the Chosen One. You already know who
Oh, Chosen One. He Hey, no. How many times you practice this shit in the room by yourself?
Nah, I say it all the time. Make though.
Chosen.
He has a lot of self-proclaimed nicknames.
Yeah, one of them shit is gonna stick.
Some bronze shit.
Yeah, Mr. Clutch. You know, Mr. Reliable.
I like Mr. Clutch.
Mr. Reliable.
Yeah, all that.
That's funny.
What's good, everybody? My name is Lake.
That's funny.
No AKAs.
No AKAs, man. Just Lake. AKA River. AKA Body of Water. AKA. No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, what up, everybody? Jordan, JB, Big Bro. That's all you need.
Now you can throw up your 5 now that you said who you are. There we go.
Yeah, Austin. I ain't got no AKA. Oh, Young AJ. I'm about to get back.
Young
to that. Matter of fact, while we on that, I'm about to get back to the Young AJ. All right.
That's 2010.
Man, I still got access to that Twitter.
Word.
Man, I be going through the tweets like, boy, I was on some
Dog,
stuff, bro.
I just found out not too long ago that you could archive like your Instagram posts.
Mm-hmm.
Like so shit that's like way
can't see it
old.
no more.
It ain't got to be on your page.
Yep.
I just went through and I was like archiving all my shit and just like looking through like some of the pictures and the comments. It's just like it just took me back to that time. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like we really documented our lives on social media.
Man,
and
that's
like,
why I don't archive nothing. I mean, okay, if it's got like another girl, I'm gonna archive it.
Delete.
That or like severed connections. I ain't fooling with you no more. Like on some weirdo type stuff, I'm gonna archive it. But other than that, like, man, I think that's dope to be able to go back to your oldest post and see like what your frame of mind was.
yeah.
You
I
made a
mean,
post.
but we still got them. It's
That's
in our
facts.
archives.
Actually, I deleted my old Twitter because I was doing a lot of cursing. I didn't know I would be a rapper now, but you know,
Right.
I wish I still had that Twitter. I need them followers.
You trying to be clean on the internet? I had a phase like that.
It'd be weird, man. It's like going back looking at text messages and like when you reread what you write, it's like what the fuck? Why did I say that?
Yo, some of my
Like,
captions
why I
back
say
in the
like
day
that?
was so trash, nigga.
Yeah.
Bruh, I be looking at some of them captions and I just like be cringing. Like
5 years
that
from
was
now,
me.
we gonna be looking like, damn, why I say that?
Yeah.
Looking at the
Probably.
podcast. so-
Big facts.
Probably.
That's true.
That's a fact.
I love that though.
It
It's
is.
a sign. It's a sign of
man.
growth.
Shows our growth.
That
Yeah, if you
retrospect,
ain't looking back
yeah.
on stuff that you said or did a year ago, and you ain't looking back on it like, man, I don't know about that.
You're not really growing.
You're not
Yeah,
growing.
growing.
You're not changing. None of that. And that's not good to be stagnant, man.
And sometimes we overanalyze ourselves a little bit too much. Like something that we'll look at and we think is corny. Like ain't nobody tripping off of that.
Yeah.
So
I
Man,
wish
sometimes
I
I'll be doing
overanalyzed.
nothing. I'll be in a room by myself, and I'll be thinking just randomly, like something I did like 4 years ago. And I'm like, I can't believe I did that. That was the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life.
So let's go around. What's one thing that you embarrassed about?
Let me go last. I gotta think of something else.
I don't be getting embarrassed. I've done some dumb shit. Let me think.
Man, I'll go first.
Go ahead.
matter of fact, this the segment, bro.
Okay.
It's a segment.
So, you know what I'm saying? The Mac 5, this is our first segment. This segment is called Awww Hell Nah. So we just gonna go around, just talk about some shit. And the natural reaction is gonna be, oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
What was I on?
What was I on? So I think when I was in college, there was like this, it wasn't a pageant, but it was like a Valentine's Day auction. And I was one of the people getting auctioned off. So
Damn, nigga. Oh, shit up.
yeah, Valentine's Day auction.
I knew what you was talking about.
At a black college. We all black. So, man, so it's my turn to go up and whatnot. And mind you, like the people before me, they were singing and dancing and shit. I'm like, man,
Oh, you had to have a talent?
Not necessarily. It wasn't asked for, but you know,
It was an opportunity to showcase.
It was so. I'm like, man, I'm not about to do no dancing shit. If anything, I'm about to do some stupid shit. So I get up there, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? I got a little blazer on. I'm popping my collar and shit, chilling. I'm feeling myself. People throwing their numbers up. I'm like, okay. I go to the person with the mic. I said, hey, bro, I'm about to Doug you real quick. No. Nah. What was it? It wasn't Dougie. What was the other dance?
Jerk.
It wasn't Jerk.
Thank God.
No.
Was it the whip?
It wasn't the whip.
Nay.
Cat Daddy.
What's this called?
Millie Rock.
Millie Rock, yeah.
Millie Rock. I said, hey, bro, let me Millie Rock real quick. They was playing the beat, and he switched up the whole beat, start the song from the very beginning, bro. So I'm just waiting for the beat to drop. I'm like, why did I say let's Millie Rock? So I'm just waiting, and I start Millie Rocking. Crickets. I thought I was gonna get hyped up. I thought, yeah, woo, nothing. I see these girls on the front row whispering, what's he doing? I'm like, all right, let me get my ass off the stage. Hurry up, bro. Somebody. Long story short, yeah, man, I got the fuck out of there. I got my ass out of there. I said, man, I should have just stood there and smiled.
When you realized that they weren't messing with you, did you start like sweating and getting hot?
I get itchy. I'm like, man, what the hell? Dude? I get itchy in like 5 places at once, bro. I start sweating a little bit. I said, all right, come on. Somebody throw up a 20 or some shit. So eventually somebody bid on me. I got up out of there.
Did you have to go on that date?
And I didn't look back. I got out of there. I think the person just bid for me because they felt sorry. I was like, man, I'm about to go smoke a blunt. This shit. I'm like, so, oh, hell no.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's a moment right
That was my all hell no moment. Yeah. So who next, man?
Yeah, who next?
Man, I'm trying to think of one.
I mean, you had one a couple of episodes ago.
I did.
Yeah, in the classroom.
Oh,
In the classroom?
Yeah.
Oh, but we had already talked about that.
Yeah, so
We already talked about that.
I got you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, was that in the episode?
I got one. Yeah, that was the episode. We talked about it.
Oh, yeah, no, did we
In the
did.
rap
Okay.
talked about it. Yeah.
I mean, this was back in college. I was a freshman, and y'all, what was I, 18? Y'all don't remember me at 18. Y'all remember when I was 18 years old?
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, well, yeah, okay. Anyway, so I had just pledged a business fraternity, and I was kicking it with some of the homies, and we was all outside the Commons. Shout out Georgia State University. We was all outside the Commons, and we was just chilling. Matter of fact, at the time, I was like freshly single. You know what I'm saying? I had just broken up with my girlfriend at the time. So we was outside. We walked across to the gas station, to the Shell. And this car pulled up. It was about
Shell classic.
Yeah, the Shell. 3 or 4 girls pulled up, and they hopped out the whip. And it was like 4 of us. It was perfect. We had the ratio was right. The homie had a room in the Commons. We was all going to go up and chill. So one of them went up, started spitting game. And then I noticed that one of the girls was drunk. She was like inebriated, so she hopped out of the car. She was stumbling and stuff. And so I walk up, and I was like, excuse me. I said, are you drunk? And she started laughing and giggling, and I was like, oh. I said, excuse me. I said, I'm sorry. I said, you guys need to go home. I did. I said, oh, nah, y'all drunk? I said, nah, y'all need to go home, man.
I feel that, though.
So at the time.
Good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy.
I know. So
That's what I'm talking
the
about.
people that I was with, one of the homies, he was pissed. It was 3 high. I didn't know about this till after the moment, but we was all walking back. And I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was cheerful. I thought I had saved a life. So I'm walking in front of everybody. And he was looking at me. He was like, they told me about that joke like 6 months later, but he was like, get him out of here. Damn. I'm proud of it now at this moment, obviously, because I got daughters. You know what I'm saying? I don't want somebody to do that for me. So hopefully I got some good karma coming out. If y'all watching this 15 years later and you dealing with my daughters and they drunk, send them home. Because that's what I did. I need that good karma to come back.
Good man.
I got one.
Hey, kudos, man.
Yeah,
That ain't
that was
all
real.
hell no,
That was-
man.
that was-
It's all hell no.
It is like it's
We grown now.
If I was your homie, I would have said, "Oh hell no,
Exactly.
lame ass nigga, bro. You don't take your ass."
like, bruh.
No, I got one. It's not really embarrassing in the moment. It's just embarrassing, like looking back, like, damn, I can't believe I did that shit. Just the same thing we was just talking about. So I don't know if all y'all know, but so my Instagram, Twitter, all that, my name is Dr. Awww, and I'll just go ahead and give y'all the story behind that name. I'm just trying to be creative and come up with something that's unique. I'm over here like trying to come up with a thought process on my name. So I came up with Dr. Awww, and that's Doctor, abbreviated as DR, E, self-explanatory, Dub is W. So essentially that spells out my name.
His name is Drew.
Right. So Dr. Awww, Drew, if you didn't know already, that's my name. So I when I came up with that name, I got dumb hype about that shit. Like, yo, man, I'm really good at this creative shit. My dumb ass took that shit to the next level. Started wearing a stethoscope to school.
Completely forgot about
I wore that shit to school for like 2 weeks confidently. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing. Like, somebody, yo, what the fuck you wearing a stethoscope for, nigga? Like,
Hey, he said, I've been waiting for you to ask me.
yeah, nigga. I was feeling myself about that name. I wore that stethoscope proudly. Couldn't nobody tell me nothing about it.
Where'd you get it?
Probably from
It
Jordan.
was Jordan's.
Yeah.
It was Jordan's stethoscope. I just
Jordan
took that
stole
joint and just started wearing it. If I find a picture, I'm gonna clip it in. But yeah, I was wearing that joint. Niggas would hit me up like, yo, like I'll see somebody, dap them up, and then I'll go to class and I get a text from the same nigga like 5 minutes like, yo, what the fuck you got on the stethoscope? And then I just told him like what the name was. Like, yeah, the name is dope, but you gotta lose the stethoscope. So I mean, I kept wearing it and I stopped. And it was like, you know, I was cool. I wasn't tripping off of it. I wasn't. But now, like, I look back, I'm like, yo, like, what the fuck was I
But
wearing?
look, now you get you like a little gold chain, get you a stethoscope on it. You feel me? As a pendant.
It's not bad. That's not a bad idea.
You look
clown
back
your
at
ass
the
for that
pictures. Yeah, I deserved to be clowned for it for sure. It was, you know, at the time, you know, when you creative and like you trying to like hit that next level, you gonna do some shit that's not really gonna agree with, you know, the status quo.
I was about to
Even
say-
like with your own status quo.
I was just about to say, like, that being said, like, you really could have, like, if you did it long enough, like,
Yeah.
you would have been known as that dude with the stethoscope.
Yeah.
I mean, just like people like Flavor Flav, like, who wears a clock?
Right.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Same sentiments. Like, if
Yeah,
you really
like-
wanted that to be you really could have branded yourself.
No, I
as-
coulda for
as
sure.
Dr. Awww.
Yeah, I could have for sure.
Zero relevance.
But like when you look back, it's like, I don't know, that shit. It's just kind of cringeworthy when you see the pictures and stuff. But at the same time, like it's kind of embarrassing on the surface, but like deep down, I don't really trip off of it too much because I know the type of person I am, and like I'm gonna like take some risks. Like even like some shit I did like fashion wise, I'll like do some shit that I ain't seen nobody else do just because like if that shit hit, it hit. If it miss, it miss.
Yep.
It's all on
And
the
I
person,
live with
bro.
it, and you go from there.
If you could pull that shit off, like if you a dope ass nigga,
Yeah.
you know, you
pull anything
you
off.
That junk
could
was
pull some
wild
shit
with the
off that
times.
most people can't.
Because you probably had on some big old jeans.
Nah,
3XLs.
this was 2000. I was a junior in college when I did
Oh, you was in
that.
college with a
College,
stethoscope?
hell yeah, nigga.
You was in college, my nigga.
I thought that was high school.
I thought that was your senior year.
I was college, bro. That was 2009, 10. Yeah, 2000. So probably like around 2010 is when I did it. And
Yeah, that's
Stethoscope.
You tried it, bro. You tried it.
I definitely tried it, bro. I'm sure a lot of people probably just thought I was in like med school,
That's
some
what
shit
I would
like
have
that.
thought. PhD candidate.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know, or like some sort of internship. That's probably what a lot of people
So
thought.
how long did it take you to realize that was some lame ass shit?
Oh,
It
hell no.
probably took me probably like a couple years down the line.
Couple years.
Yeah, a couple years down the line.
tell
Like, cause at the
shit.
time I just stopped wearing it. I wasn't tripping off it. It was whatever. Like, but a couple years I'm like, yo, I really wore a fucking stethoscope in school, bruh.
As an
I mean, I'm sure we all wore something.
And I was in my 20s, bruh. But
I ain't never did that shit before, bro.
yeah, I was
What'd
in
you
my
do?
20s.
I ain't do nothing. I'm just saying. I'm sure we all like put something on and we look back at it and it's like, nah,
Yeah.
that ain't it.
But a stethoscope is
not me.
different.
No.
Nah.
We're gonna revisit that.
Yeah, we gonna we will get back to that.
Yeah, a couple years we're gonna look at these Crocs he got ordered. He gonna be
Hey,
like,
stop playing.
"Man, why the fuck I wear these Jordans?"
Got Crocs on, nigga.
Lake be trying it too, though.
Depends.
But Lake can pull stuff off that normal people can't. I will give you that.
What's up? I mean, niggas not gonna say shit. They either too scared or I'm gonna flame them back.
That's all it is, man. You just gotta be confident in what you doing. I was confident about that stethoscope.
100%.
I'll tell you that.
All right, Lance, come on, man. What happened? What happened?
The only thing I could really think about was when I got kicked off the football team. Yeah,
I know that was loud in the mic. My bad,
Definitely
bro.
was.
God
Yeah.
damn.
loud as fuck.
Thirsty.
Every goal.
Everyone, my
But
bad.
yeah,
Go ahead.
that's the only one I could think about at the moment. Cause boom, and I remember the game before I got kicked off. We was playing Clark Atlanta, and we was up until like the fourth quarter, up by like double digits, and we ended up losing the game. And I remember after the game, I was like, man, I'm done. I don't want to play no more. Fuck this shit. But at the time, I'm like top 3 in the conference. You know, top 3 in receiving, catching, and yards and all that. I'm balling. I'm good. I'm the captain on the team and shit. And then the next game, we're playing Tuskegee, which is always a big game of the year. And so we practicing this Friday. We got the game on Saturday. We finna travel. And we on the practice field, and the academic advisor came on the field. And they don't ever come on the field. So when they come, you know it's some shit. You did some shit. So I'm practicing. I just caught the ball. I'm feeling myself. I'm good. Next thing you know, I see him walking down, and it's 2 of them, and they both just staring at me. I'm like, oh, shit. I know I ain't going to class. They about to come get me. So they came, and mind you, everybody is on the field while they pulling me off the field.
Damn.
Yeah. So,
I didn't even do it discreetly.
I thought this was on like we was about to travel type shit, not
we
practice.
were. No, you know how we did walkthroughs?
Yeah.
On Fridays? We was doing the walkthroughs, getting ready to talk about, the trip and getting ready to go on the bus. They pulled me off of the field in front of everybody and was like, yeah, you done. You can't play.
Embarrassing.
Embarrassed. I'm the captain. So this is even an all hell nah moment. It's embarrassing at that point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did you want to cry?
No, I didn't want to cry. I honestly went back to the crib and I smoked me a fatty, man. No cap, because I had to figure out how I was gonna explain this to mom, dad, my girlfriend at the time. I'm like, God, man, there's a lot of people I gotta explain it to. So I had to go smoke me one, man. But that was embarrassing. It was embarrassing,
sorry
especially
you
as
had
the
to go through that.
captain of the team. You feel me?
Yeah, moments like that, it's hard to see how you going.
But it
past
was a blessing in disguise though. And I don't know if I should say this on camera, but I'm gonna say it anyways. Fuck it. So I got kicked off the team. I got dropped from like 3 classes, all that. But I got that money back.
Hey,
I got that money back. So boom, I had just started writing raps and shit. I'm like, all right, let me go get me my microphone. Let me get everything I need to start rapping. So shit, here I am.
Hey,
now.
that's crazy, man.
That's
'cause
crazy.
You traded
All
in something that you
comes full
knew you
circle.
wasn't passionate about, and you got some bread
I
back.
was passionate about football at that time because I was balling. I'm like, all right, let me take this to the Canadian League. Let me try to see if I can, go somewhere with it. But nah, boom, pulled me, and then took me to another avenue. Yeah,
Sorry, bro.
Right.
be like that. It's life. Y'all go to class, man. If you in school, go to class.
straight up.
Hey man, yeah, we can talk about that for sure. But yeah, you gave me an idea of because I had no idea what I was gonna say. But all right, so middle school, we always wore uniforms. Elementary school, middle school, we wore uniforms in school, stuff like that. Made getting dressed going to school easy.
I know what you're about to say.
Starting in 9th grade, though, of course, going to high school, we didn't have uniforms, so we was able to wear whatever we wanted to wear, whatnot. So, I had about, a couple of decent, I'll say decent, but a couple of, couple weeks worth of outfits, 3 weeks, 2 weeks, or some worth of outfits, something like that. Shout out to Ross Marshalls and all them out there because they definitely supplied all of our shit back then. Nah, this was before Walmart, bro.
Young niggas used to shop at Ross.
Yeah, we was at Ross Marshalls and I forgot the
TJ
other one.
Maxx.
And I don't know, yeah, whatever. But you know what I'm saying? Every couple weeks, I'd always have to wear the same outfits or whatever. So one day I'm at school and this one dude had a particular style of jeans. He had worn them inside out. And they actually looked decent. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Whoop-de-whoop. So one day I decided to try that shit. Had another pair of pants or whatever, turned them inside out and went to school that day or whatever. She was stressed, like, all right, cool. So my dumb ass decided, okay, every now and then, since I had to, a certain amount of pair of jeans or whatever, I can expand my wardrobe a little bit by turning them bitches inside out.
Oh Lord,
Bruh. My dumb ass, like, okay, I'll have like 1 week I'm wearing my jeans regular, then another week I'll okay, every other day I'll have like one of my jeans inside out or whatever, just so I can like make it seem like I have more clothes than I actually do with type shit. So I'm walking around, I gotta get like my phone out of my pocket or get a pin or some shit. I gotta reach inside my goddamn pants and shit, try to get in there. Because the pockets are short on the outside. I can't even tell you how long I did that for a while until I think I got to a point like a pin had busted inside, so the pocket, like there was ink in the pocket, and I'm just like walking around with goddamn ink stain in the goddamn jeans. Cause I'm walking
ain't
around with my
nobody
damn
ever
piss.
said nothing to you?
Didn't know say shit, bro. I ain't have no friends.
That's how you know, man. Like, but
you
we didn't say nothing either, to be honest.
Bruh.
Hey, man, it be the people closest to you that'll just watch you do some
Dumb shit, bro.
dumbest stuff.
Nah, I ain't know about that.
I mean, but sometimes we don't even like realize how dumb it is at the time.
For sure.
Right.
So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
you know,
life,
just
though.
look
That's
back
life.
on exactly.
Man, I did a lot of stupid shit in my life, bro.
Do you regret any of it?
Most of it, like, the past few years.
Really?
I got a better hell no.
Mostly in
man.
Cali.
Go ahead with it.
Nah, I'm good.
Not you, Lance.
Man, when I got arrested. God damn. And it's my fault too. I'm a dumbass for this. So I had got pulled over. And like, I don't even remember the year, but I had got pulled over for a tail light, cool, fix it ticket. And the cop told me, he said, yeah, you good, man. It's just a little fix it ticket. I'm just gonna give you this and you good. I'm like, shit, I bet. There's a court date on the ticket, but I'm like, man, fuck the court date. He said I'm good. So fast forward 2 years later, I'm driving, and me and Lake, we just left this party or whatever. I'm driving, and the cops are behind me, and I already know they running my tags. Every time a cop behind me, I know they running my tag. In my mind, I already know what's about to go down. Lake ain't know nothing. Lake ain't know shit. So
drunk.
they behind me for a minute. Next thing you know, woo woo. I'm like, fuck, here we go. I pull over. Lake's like, what'd you do? I'm like, shit, man, I don't know.
Meanwhile, you knew very well what you did.
They came to the car, got my license, and said, I need you to step out the car. Put my hands behind my back, locked me up, put me in the car and shit. I'm thinking Lake finna go home. I go to the condo and handle business, like make phone calls, do whatever you got to do. You want to tell me what you did, Lake?
Let's go ahead and continue your story, big dog.
So I'm over there. I get locked up. I'm in jail. This is the first time, mugshots, all that. I get out of jail. Next thing you know, I Lake tell me he went and copped some weed after I got locked up. I'm like, damn, bro, you ain't make no phone calls. He's like, nah, shit, bro, ain't shit I can do right now.
See, nah, that's cap.
Oh,
That's
hell no.
That's cap.
Tell it.
Nigga, so we was already on the way to the plug. While we got pulled over.
So they had to finish the trip.
Hey, bro,
I'm like, shit, we 2 minutes away, bro.
We right down the street.
So, man, we on the way. This nigga get pulled over, get locked up, this, that, and the third. Mind you, I'm drunk as fuck. How the cops don't know, I don't know.
You sobered up quick.
So, the first thing I do, I call Jordan. I let Jordan know because I knew he had experience. My nigga got experience with that type of situation, bro. You can't catch me. I'm about to be locked up. So he said, wooty woo, we gonna do this, that, and the third. I think your girl at the time, like, I think she called me because like she couldn't get in contact with you. So she was in on it. We got him out by the next morning. But yes, I went to cop. I finished the mission. The job got done. I said, Jordan, pull up. We gon' gas. Bro. This nigga Lance gave me like 10. We good, bro. I slept good that night. I slept good.
I didn't sleep at all.
I didn't sleep. We were still on the couch though. Huh?
Stop getting locked up, nigga. Shit. I wouldn't have to go cop.
Hey, bro.
What you want me to do? That was a good one. Not enjoy the rest of my night. So that's how that happened.
When he told me, I was like, oh, hell no.
That's definitely an all hell nah moment.
Yeah,
Right
for sure.
Am I in the wrong?
No, you're not.
What should I have done? Just go home and soak?
No, honestly, you did what you had to do. I mean,
You got him out of jail.
no, he did it.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, the next day.
He did.
I got
saying,
you.
yeah.
I made phone calls. I got Lance. I got Jordan involved. Your girl at the time, she, you know what I'm saying, played a big role,
Yeah.
huge role.
Put up the bill money.
She got him out
Hey,
because I ain't had the money.
That's real. And
I
I didn't even know.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna see you Monday. Was it a Friday or a
I
Saturday?
thought I was going to
No, we got you. I think we got you out. It was a Saturday. Got you out on Sunday.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't know people got out
Yeah,
on
normally
Sunday.
if you get arrested anytime after
Maybe.
Friday, you in
I
there
just
at least
remember
till
because like
Monday.
you supposed to be until Monday, bro.
I was prepared to be
Yeah.
there till Monday. Like I had mentally prepared myself. All right, I'm gonna be here for a minute. So when I got out, when I did, I'm like, shit.
Flip your underwear.
Bruh, y'all should have seen Lake on the phone when he called me about that shit. It's like, bruh. I was like, yo, what's up, dog? Hey, dog, what are you doing? I was like, yo, what the whoop? He was like, bruh, Lance getting locked up. I said, what? He's like, bruh, I am drunk. It's like, oh, fuck, man. It's like, what are y'all doing? It's like, bruh, I'm just letting you know. We got to get this nigga out, bro. We got to get him out. It's like, all right, we gonna do this, that, and the third. Woody was like, all right. I'm about to pull up to the condo and smoke. I was just like, this nigga here, bro. Here I go.
Oh, that's stupid.
Nigga shit, bro.
It really is.
Everything happens for a reason, bro.
Hey, that's a good memory, man. I can't. I don't have no stories like that. Not that I want to have them,
Yeah.
but it must be nice to have.
It's funny looking back.
Look at that, funny, yeah.
It's a
At the
bad
time, it's like you first getting locked up. It's your first time. You don't know what to expect when you get in
So
there.
how did that go?
No more.
Man, they was going crazy in there, bro. They was going crazy. So I go in there. It's just the little holding cell. So it's a bunch of people in there. People getting extra charges while they in there talking about I'm gonna kill everybody in here. I'm like, God damn, what I do? Like people in there going crazy, you know. And the cops, they just letting them talk, not really, you know, engaging in what they saying. So. Yeah, I know. I remember somebody asked me for my food. I'm like, nah, just because I thought it had to be hard. You feel me?
You get your
I'm like,
cone,
nah,
man.
nigga, I'm gonna eat it. I didn't even eat it. I threw it away. You know, but
That's selfish as fuck, bro.
it was. But I didn't. But I didn't.
Nah, but I mean that's how it is. I don't know. I ain't never been, but from stories that you hear, it's like you gotta like let niggas know you ain't no bitch in there.
Exactly.
Pretty much. Make it long story
And I
short.
had these skinny pants on too, man. I'm like, man, they gonna try to fuck with me, bro.
You good? You in Atlanta?
That's worse.
Yeah, everybody got skinny jeans.
Nah,
So
I was ready for whatever. when I was in there, so
Yeah, I don't even get speeding tickets no more, so I know I ain't going to jail in my lifetime.
they got me. Even when the cops are behind me now, I be feeling like they gonna get me again.
Sure do that is trouble.
PTSD.
I got pulled over the other day, drunk. I was drunk as shit, but they ain't know. It was after work. We left one spot, going to another, and my dumb ass, I had the phone like this, like right up where they could see in my mirror that I had my phone, but they can't tell what I'm doing. I got directions on, so man, I'm turning into the little pavilion where the restaurant at. I'm like, okay, bet I made it. Whoop whoop. I'm like, nigga, y'all couldn't pull me over 5 minutes ago, bro. Y'all had to wait till I reached my destination. Drunk as fuck. So I got a nigga behind me driving, my coworker, and he drive past me. When he drove past, I hit him with the look. I'm like, nigga, help me. I put my mask on. Yeah, he can't smell my breath. Bet. But I got away with a warning. But yeah, man.
Don't drink
Shit
and
like
drive.
that, bro.
Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive.
Boy.
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just
We could talk about that another day too.
Yeah.
You could lead that conversation.
Boy.
But
Let me get a charger. You got a charger? You get that
I
charger?
think Live got enough footage. What y'all
My phone
think?
dying
That's
regardless.
his lie. That's his lie.
Nah, it's-
Right.
you ain't got no block.
As long as he wants to.
I mean, I go on. I just want a charger.
I'm sorry, I don't have one, bro.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody on anyways.
Oh, for real.
Shit.
But anyways, so I think one thing that we have in mind with this podcast, as far as like the things that we talk about, is something we want pretty much anything that we talk about to kind of be relevant no matter when you're watching. So we've been trying to like find a way to talk about some current events and things like that. While Lake gets his charger.
You got a block, cuz? It's in my room.
You
But
can't.
nah,
you ain't got USB on the what you call it right there?
Nah.
It's all okay. All outlets.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, whatever.
Well, wait, yeah, no, you can't use that.
At last. I'm probably on a computer.
You need to.
Nah, he don't have it. I don't have that. I need
Who don't got the USB port on the computer?
It's on USB Type C now.
Yeah, they changed that shit, bro.
this change, bro. I'm sorry, dog.
Technology, bro. Fuck.
What's your phone on? That's what's up, bro.
10, like 10.
Well, that's all good. Anyways,
Fuck y'all.
but nah, so like we want to be able to have conversations that's gonna be relevant no matter when you watch it. But we do want to like weave some current events in there, and one of the most talked about current events going on right now is the boy Kirk Franklin. So apparently,
Plies, baby.
yeah, Plies. I mean, he was Plies last night when the video dropped. But
Y'all saw Plies tweeted?
yeah, he was like, hey, that wasn't my brother, that was me. But
Damn, man.
yeah, so apparently him and his brother, not his brother, his son. He has a 33-year-old son, and they've had, I guess, what you would call a toxic father-son relationship for a long time now. And
Family shit.
I think they had a conversation and actually had a therapist on the phone with him during the conversation, and I guess they weren't getting where they were trying to go with that. And I'm not sure what the son said, but he apparently said something that sent Kirk Franklin through the roof, called him a bitch-ass nigga, all type of shit, just cuss that man clean out. And all while, his son is recording the conversation and releases it out to the world.
12.
Right, the feds.
The feds.
But nah, he do that, and obviously it's a talking point. You know, you'll see people be like, you're not supposed to curse your own kids out like that. And then you'll see people on the other side of the fence like, if you're a 33-year-old and you recording conversations privately and putting them out publicly, sound like Kirk Franklin called them the right thing. Mm-hmm. So just based on that, like, what's y'all feedback on that? What y'all think?
I can picture Kirk Franklin saying, John 15:5, I'm the vine, I'm gonna whoop your ass with some branches. That nigga, I mean, shit, bro, like, it's supposed to stay in the family. I feel like every family has that type of relationship where it's gonna be some drama, it's gonna be some issues. And for a 33-year-old grown-ass man to air out his father like that,
Right.
and while he was airing him out, he's like, you gonna talk to your child like that? Nigga, you not a child. You a grown-ass man, bro.
And you said some shit that made him react like that, but you ain't want to put that part out. Or the therapist part.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro. So, like, niggas always trying to play the victim. Mm-hmm. Yes, Kirk Franklin could have handled that differently, but
I agree.
I don't knock him for what he did, man.
What trips me out is, like, I guess the reason why he had made an apology was because of his position in the community, like as a well-respected like gospel artist. But if that was any other black man and his son, you know what I'm saying? That's like picnic talk or cookout talk. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't need to be. I feel the same way.
Anybody
like,
that has any type of standing in the community would have had to have apologized just to keep their standing in the community.
Yeah.
Like he not apologizing to his son. He
Right.
apologized to everybody else.
he ain't apologized for what he said.
That's what I'm saying.
He mad he got caught saying it, or mad that he got aired out. But I don't know. Wait, when I first saw the story and it said his child, I was like, dang, that's messed up. I thought he was like a kid or something. But when I found out he was 33 years old, I was like, man, I was talking to Fantasia about it before I left. I was like, man, that's a grown man business. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Disrespectful.
That's like
33-year-old.
Jordan. You 33, right? That's like looking at Jordan and Jordan airing out dad's business.
If
Like,
Jordan was like,
you
man,
a bitch ass nigga, bro.
listen to my dad call me a B. I would be like, well, yeah, you're right.
Y'all know me better.
You acting like
And he was telling his dad, shut the fuck up, like, and all that, in the middle of all that, too. So, I mean, you know,
like Blake said, just playing the victim. You know what I'm saying?
That's that bitch assness P. Diddy was talking about back in the day.
back in the day.
right.
For the sake of the other side of the argument, though,
There is no other
A
side.
lot of people know, I like to be the contrarian in a lot of situations.
Yes,
so,
you
It
do.
would really be Austin, but
It really does be me.
I'm gonna let you
I got the contrary views too, but I was
Yeah,
just
actually, let me take that back. Austin is definitely the contrarian. In
you
regards
could
to
be-
but I do, from arguing perspectives and stuff like that. I know we like to-
contrarian.
Yeah.
That's a damn. That's word of the day.
That's not that big of a word, bro.
it just got a lot of syllables, bro.
Contrarian.
Jordan, back to your story.
Yeah, so
They're trying to play you, dog.
no, I'm chilling. All right, anyway, so what I was gonna say was.
Jimmy Neutron that. All right, go ahead. My bad.
But yeah, we don't really know what their history has been over the years. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know, even when he was a kid, what their relationship was like, how Kirk Franklin was treating him, was he abusive verbally, physically, or otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Just like little things like that, you know, how involved was he in, you know, his upbringing? You know, there's a lot of shit. So it could be a completely compound situation that just kind of came to a head in that particular instance.
There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt
It
about
definitely
that.
could be, but
But-
you still don't air that out.
But even still, with that being said, and you know, just take that situation for what it is. Just think of it like this: if any of us was having that type of conversation with dad, and he was coming at us, and we stood up and said, "I dare you, nigga, do something, nigga."
Well, first
I
of
would
all,
never say that.
everybody's dad not from South Central, bro.
But I mean, even,
Yeah.
We get choked.
I'm just saying.
I already got
They know all about that.
twice.
Hey, shit, you, my whole childhood, my shirts are here. They stay wrinkled.
Drew still got wrinkled
Neck
shirt.
wrinkle.
God, damn, that was funny.
Choke the fuck. Let's move on.
But anyways, like, you know, we know better than to play like that with our pops. But you know what I'm saying? And that just goes to show, you know what I'm saying, the type of respect you should have. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that Kirk Franklin was completely in the right. But ain't nobody just coming at their child like that. He had to have said something. And for you to want to selectively only put out what you wanted to put out to control your narrative is kind of, you know, he called you a bitch ass nigga, and that's some bitch ass nigga shit to me.
Straight up.
Facts.
That shit real familiar.
I mean, and it's like, go ahead, Austin.
No.
Nah, but so like, it's a difference also between like, you know, cussing while you talking and then cussing your son out. Like, I know, like, we obviously have conversations with our parents, and they'll get mad at us and they'll curse, but they ain't never like said like, "Oh, you a bitch ass nigga," or like,
stupid
"Fuck
ass.
you," or "You ain't," like, they ain't never said nothing like that to us. Obviously, you know, like, we would get cursed at if we did something, you know, that we shouldn't have did. I mean, that's just, you know, 90% of our community can say the same. That's just what it was. But I mean, they ain't never like cursed us out or called us out our name like, "Yo, he a bitch," or they ain't never did nothing like that to any one of us. So I guess
What he call his son? You bitch ass
bitch ass nigga.
You skinny ass nigga.
So I guess
Like,
my
yo,
Yeah,
Kurt,
for
bro.
He
What's
went
that
in.
what's that project called? His album?
Oh, I didn't see it. I don't know.
Hey, I'm gonna still be listening to
I mean,
melodies from
must-
heaven.
He had to have said what he said for a reason.
Hey,
Yeah, he
Kirk,
did
Kirk
something.
Franklin is not getting canceled over that.
Period.
No,
But my question to y'all is, so being that our experience, like, we may have been cussed at, but we ain't never been cursed out. Like, as far as like, you know, parenthood and parenting and things like that, what do y'all think about like that? Because just it's a lot of people on Twitter talking about, "Oh, that's regular. I've been cursed out like that before by my parents," and things like that. Like, is that something that should be normalized?
No.
Is that okay?
I think it's
Should we
unhealthy.
approach that differently?
Super unhealthy. Something that us as Black people had to deal with growing up, because of our environment. I think, you know, our parents care so much and want us to steer clear of trouble and just, you know, outside persuasion or whatever you want to call it. They're a little harder on their kids, so that might take form of getting cursed out at, being called a certain word, which is also unhealthy too. But it's not an excuse at the same time. So as a new generation, for us to move forward, we got to sort of change the norm, change the way we talk to our kids. I think Austin can speak on that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
specifically.
I think that it has a lot to do with like generational trauma. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you go back 5-6 generations, how are we like treated? You know what I'm saying?
Slavery.
I mean, yeah, think about slavery. Honestly, like, it's, I'm gonna whip you, I'm gonna yell at you, I'm gonna degrade you to get you to do what you need, what I need you to do because I'm in charge. And oftentimes in that Black family, we do have that I'm in charge dynamic where the parents, like, you know, it's the because I said so type stuff. So a lot of that's generational. I think we're, you know, getting out of that as the years go on. But obviously it's toxic. It's just toxic is what it is.
I don't mind the because I said so answer though,
Yeah.
because you know that that you know puts power down, but at the same time, it encourages the children not to, I guess, talk back.
Right.
You could question things, but not in a disrespectful manner, right?
Yeah, it's all about like how you do it. And I have to check myself sometimes because I'll ask my kids to do something, especially like Cadence, for example. Like she just gets it. So I'll ask her to do something, and she'll be like, "Why?" And my knee jerk is like, "Because I said so." That's what I want to say. But 10 times out of 10, when I slow down and actually explain to her why I want her to do something, it's a better turnout than me just saying because I said so. You know what I'm saying? Because they have the capacity to understand. It's just about us being patient and giving them opportunity to do so.
That why, you have to listen closely to that why. Is it why do I have to, or well, why do you want me to?
Right.
You feel me?
I mean, it's delicate, man, because you don't want to. I mean, we see that, you know what I'm saying, with our family, any family in general, man. You got that. You're gonna have some situations in your family, and this whole Kirk Franklin thing is gonna look very familiar to a lot of people, including us. So I think a lot of that trauma and that toxicity that builds up in a relationship, it starts early, like very early. So whatever's going on between Kirk and old boy, like obviously this was years in the making, and it could be like based on like how you parent your kids and how you talk to your kids.
And I think, my bad. I think a lot of parents like go into it like with the mindset that it's tough love, and it's a thin line between like tough love and then going overboard.
Absolutely.
And I mean, obviously, this is kind of separate from the Kirk Franklin situation, but like, if you're like trying to give your kids tough love, something, especially like when you're raising boys, like you want to be able to. You're not trying to raise no punks. Like you want to make sure that they can stand on their own too, that they strong, that they have a backbone and all that. So involved with raising boys, you gotta like tough love. So if you see a boy, I don't know, complaining about something or whining about something he shouldn't whine about, like, nah, what you doing? Like, nah, poke your chest out. Like, we not doing that. Like, be strong. Like, versus, you a bitch, nigga. Why you acting like a little bitch, man? Do like that.
I'm gonna
like,
shrink up, man.
I don't think that's an effective form of parenting. Like,
Not at all.
to go at your child like that. That's traumatizing for the child, and that's something that children don't forget.
Yeah.
Like,
Even
shrink up real
even when you're 33, man.
Yeah.
Like I hate to say, like even when you're older, man, your parents, no matter how old you are, your parents will always have a level of influence on you.
Yeah.
And if my dad called me a bitch, I'm gonna think I'm a bitch. You know what I'm saying? If dad said, Austin, you being a bitch, I'm gonna go home and really think about that.
I mean, but this time's like you. Nah, if it's in a joking term, I don't take it seriously.
Not in a joking
now,
way,
as a
but
grown-
if we really going back and forth, and he's like, you know what I'm saying, and he said that, I'm gonna be insecure immediately. I'm like,
yeah.
damn.
I can't say that.
I'm not gonna be insecure.
I'll definitely think, but I'm definitely standing up for myself in that situation.
Absolutely.
Like,
I'm not saying you
you're
ain't gonna stand up for yourself, but them words,
And we're not gonna record it and put it out.
I mean,
Yeah,
definitely,
we definitely ain't doing nothing like
But
that.
them words will cut. Like, there are some things that mom and dad have said to us as children. Like, first of all, our parents were not abusive. Like you said, we ain't never had no situation.
Yeah, they
like
ain't
that.
never like cursed us out. Like,
Yeah,
called
but there's
us out
some
on
things
that.
like, for example, like I will always, for the rest of my life, remember the night you was tripping my Taco Bell.
I will never forget
And you got
that
put.
night.
I'll just never that image of you being put on the wall and yelled
Boy,
at.
I got my ass.
You got
beat.
jacked up, rightfully
Put
so.
on the wall so many times.
Bruh, that's what I'm saying. I got
Do you remember that?
yeah.
See, like stuff like that. Though, like, you're gonna remember that for the rest of your life.
I was going stupid about
Yeah,
that
you
though.
was going
I was
crazy, though.
tripping.
Yeah.
So they got me together.
And
to
on a
say the least.
subconscious level, stuff like
broke?
that, it resonates, man, and it shows
Bro, I
up in
prayed to
different
God
areas.
that night.
Yeah, we was all praying on the couch.
Please don't kill me.
Please don't kill my brother.
Yeah.
You was
But
rolling.
I mean, but to that point though, I mean, like it takes some more tough love on some than others, and I was an example because, like, how you just brought up how Cadence, if you ask her to do something, and she'll say why, that was me. Except, I mean, they were saying I said so, and a lot of times I said so wasn't good enough for me. I'll turn around and say something else. But I mean, to that token as well, though, like you want to make sure your kids respect you, and you want to make sure that. Like the communication is, where it needs to be, but at the same time, it's like sometimes they do need to do what you said to do because you said so, and they need to understand that, and they need to do what honor thy mother and thy father. You can go to that. Like if they ask you to do something, then you just do it, and you don't complain. That's why I know I probably got a lot of karma coming my way.
I can't wait.
Melody and whoever else I may have just on that.
going up.
But I mean, at the same time, like I said, you just gotta have that balance with it. Like as far as like giving them tough love and things along that line.
I think that respect is earned when you, like, I've noticed with my kids, like the more I explain myself, the less I have to say because I said so. So like if I explain myself sufficiently all week, and then it's the end of the week and I ask you to do something, like you're not gonna give me any pushback. You're gonna do it. I'm saying because I explain myself. Right. But this is me now, 8 years into parenting. If you would have talked to me, if we would have had this conversation 2 years into parenting, while Camden was, you know what I'm saying, his little 2-year-old phase, completely different parent. I was a completely different person.
I mean, I'm still like less than a year in. Obviously, I ain't had to get into like the discipline, nothing like that, because Melody, she's about to be a year old, but she's not a year old yet. So, even me now, like, part of me, like, even like hearing you explain that stuff is like, but you still want to make sure, like, you set a line that you shouldn't have to explain yourself to your kids.
Man, but that's the thing. Like, why not though? You know what I'm saying? Why do you not have to explain yourself to your kids?
You're teaching them discipline.
Right.
What kind of discipline?
That because if you don't, then it's gonna be to a certain point where everything you ask them to do is gonna come with a rebuttal. Why? Why do I have to do this? Why do I?
If you ask them something new.
If you ask them something, but why would you not want your kid to understand why you're asking them to do something?
We're not saying we don't. It's not a matter of them trying to understand what it is that we want them to do. It's just a matter of learning discipline, learning obedience first, right? And it comes with it. But for now, I think obedience and discipline is more important than actual learning why we want you to do a certain thing.
I would argue
right?
that. Actually,
it comes back to parents knowing best.
And ultimately, the way we came up, like I could say they did, like because I said so, it worked for me. Right. Because if it would have been, I guess maybe they said why, and then obviously you explain yourself in certain situations. Like for instance, they'll say Drew washed the dishes tonight, and I'll be like, why? It's like, well, Jordan washed the dishes the night before, Lake did before that, da. So it's your turn, wash the dishes. So. Something like that. I mean, obviously that's understandable, but it shouldn't get to a point where you have to keep explaining yourself to have your kids do what you ask them to do. Yeah. Especially like obviously, and obviously like, when it comes to parents, the common phrases, obviously that we grew up on, it's like, why? Because I said so. Do the lights turn on when you flip the switch? You have a roof over your head, you got clothes on your back, you got food on the table, you got water to drink. Like,
just do what I say.
Like, that's cliche, but, I mean, it's true.
I mean, it's cliche, but kids didn't ask you to, you know what I'm saying? I didn't ask you to pay my light bill. That's your job.
They don't understand it, though.
I know, but they will never understand.
But as you get older and you look at it, like, I could look back and appreciate it because now I know what it takes to do those things.
You would have looked back and appreciated it whether they said that to you or not.
That's debatable.
It's true. I mean, this is all just based on my experience because I've earlier in my parenting experience, I was the like, do it because I said so, don't talk back, and I didn't get, I mean, obviously, like, it worked for us. When I say it works for us, I think that we generally would have been good one way or the other. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had present, active parents in our lives who did what they were supposed to do. They didn't have to come down on us with a hammer every time. But in my experience, treating them like I talk to them the same way I talk to y'all. And even when they get emotional, like Cadence has a smart mouth. And she says the most, like 2 days ago, yesterday, Fantasia was like, Cadence, there's something in your hair. What's wrong with your hair? And she's like, what's wrong with your hair? So I snatched her up and I put her in a room for that. But like 3 years ago, I would have been like, you don't talk to your parents like that. You need to be respectful. But now I was just like, Cadence, like, you can't talk like that. Like, that's just disrespectful. Like, go apologize. I'm not mad at you.
Here's the only reason why I would say, like, because you know me,
you're chill.
Not even that. I'm just talking about as far as, you know what I'm saying, going from a because I said so type of parenting to a, okay, I'm going to explain myself type, you know what I'm saying? Like, most children, they learn a lot of their social cues first in the home. Mm-hmm. So a lot of, how they interact with, friends and other people outside of the home is going to stem from what you learn there. Mm-hmm. So it isn't always just about okay, how is it that will they respond to me as a parent, but also how will they respond to other authoritative figures outside of the home, your teachers, your law enforcers, things like that. Because, when they come at them with a question or with a directive, they're not in the position to sit there, oh, well, why do I have to do that? If give me an explanation, whatever the case may be, that's not always the case. But they're going to first learn that 9 times out of 10 in the home.
That goes back to what I was saying. Like, they give a certain answer just to protect us from outside influences and shit. Like, if they're conditioned to argue back or ask questions. Why? Like Jordan just said, once you get out in the real world, it's not a cakewalk for people like us. We had to low key walk on eggshells and do what we're told to almost be alive.
I think that's true. Going back to like a couple decades ago, where we really had to like be out here walking timid and like yes sir, no sir, like all that. But I'm not raising my kids to blindly follow authority. I don't care.
So if they get pulled over,
I mean, you got to know your rights. Like you got to know how to interact.
It's the same world though, bro.
How many times have you been pulled over in your life?
I can't count.
All right, well, let's speak for myself. I've been pulled over maybe like 5 or 6 times. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
1 year.
Okay, no, actually, I probably might have got pulled over for more than that, just because of speeding tickets. But my interaction with police is not like I'm not thinking to myself like just do what I'm told. Like obviously I'm respectful, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I gotta do to survive. Yeah, but I don't know, man. Like I just feel like I don't want anybody to be able to say, well, do this because I'm older than you, or do this because I have this authority over you.
I got an example, man. We got pulled over one time, one of the many times, and it was with a few homies. I wasn't driving. My homie Leon was driving, and another homie in the back seat. We get pulled over. We all like, all right, everybody just be calm. 4 black dudes deep in the car. Don't do no stupid shit. So as soon as the cop come up, like he couldn't even say nothing. The dude in the back seat, like, what do we do this time, man? What's up, man? What do we do? And I'm like, bro, like shut the fuck up, bro. I'm not trying to get shot with you. Like I understand. I'm with you. We ain't do shit. Like because we didn't do anything. Mm-hmm. Right? We was driving and they almost hit us trying to make a turn, and we sort of swerved, and then they wanted to say our taillight was out. But that's another story. Too. That's another story. But like we're with you. We didn't do anything. We're on the same page. But shut the fuck up so we can live through this, bro. Mm-hmm. They trigger happy out here, especially when you black.
Yeah.
So like it's yes, know your rights. Yes, I guess defend yourself. But at the same time, like our parents be trying to say, man, just survive the day. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, so you can fight another day.
It's really just all about like being able to read the situation.
That's really what it is.
So it's like, while like I said, I do agree, it's good to have your child understanding why, you're giving them certain directives, but they also need to understand why you don't need to know all this shit.
Right.
Like sometimes me telling you to do something is all the reason you need. There shouldn't have to be a back and forth about every little thing. Now, of course, when certain situations arise or certain questions come up, of course, you deserve an explanation. I can give you those, but also understand that you deserve to listen to what I'm telling you as your parent when I tell you to do something or whatever. Like that respect should also be there at the same time. So you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's more so teaching a balance. You know what I'm saying? Being able to sometimes, go with the because I said so route, while at the same time being able to in certain situations use the explanation route as well, just to kind of give your child, a better idea of what it will be like in the real world, because like I wouldn't want my child blindly following authority either for no reason.
There shouldn't be no why when telling your kid, go clean up your room. Go put your shoes on. Let's get ready to go. Come on, get your jacket. I mean, but like there's no explanation, bro. Go get it. Come on.
Like simple stuff like that. Like
absolutely.
Yeah, like you shouldn't have to. But I mean, if you got like if you really want to know why are you asking me to clean my room? I will tell you. I said because it's a mess and it's your responsibility to keep your thing. Like I will sit down and I'll actually explain to you why it's important for you to keep your room clean. Mm-hmm. It's important to have a clean space. It's important, you know what I'm saying, to do all those things versus saying just because I said so.
Sometimes kids can't really. Yes, they're very smart and can comprehend, but to a deeper point, like later in life, as you get older, bro, you learn more and more about what your parents did and why.
Exactly.
Without needing an explanation at that exact point.
It just comes with the growth. And what I was gonna say, remember the skillful rhyme I did when I was like 8? So I was over here trying to rap like Lance. Back in the day when I was 8, I wanted to be a rapper for like a period of time when I was real little. and I was just writing stupid shit. I ain't gonna say everything I said in the rhyme. I remember it, and I was making up a word, and I said the word. I made up a word "kunk" to rhyme with punk or something like that, and I wrote it. And my mom saw it, and she was like, "Don't be using that word "kunk." And I'm like, "Why? Like, I don't like. What's wrong with that word?
Kunk or cunt?
Kunk,
There you go.
kunk." Right. So she's like, "Well, you'll find out when you get older." So I remember that conversation, even as like an 8-year-old, like, you'll figure out when you get older. I can't tell you that right now. You'll find out later. And I remember like the moment I heard somebody use that word and I found out what it meant, I was like, oh,
Right at that moment.
That's what mom was talking about.
You gotta leave like the little cliffhanger for them, bro. They got something to look forward to.
I feel that. I really do, man. Like in situations like that happens.
That happens all the time.
But I just tell them. I tell you straight up, like that's what it sounds like.
But I think like even like it could even go to something like, you know, having babies. Like I remember my mom said, I don't remember this, but she said I was the first one to ask her. I think she was pregnant with y'all. And I said, where them babies come from anyway? And she panicked and called dad and never like gave me an answer. And it's like, it's not really, do you think it's appropriate to tell a 5-year-old how babies come about?
I think that's an appropriate way to explain it.
We have to, as parents, especially, you know, we know what it's like to be kids. We know what it's like to come up from a very young age up to the point that we are now. So at a certain point, I believe that we need to instill in our kids to trust our experience in life. For sure. So with that comes, like, if I tell you to do something, if I'm giving you advice here or there, then don't be questioning me, because you'll find out as you get older. Even going back to, we had an uncle. He passed in 92. I don't remember anything about him. I was like 2-3 years old when he passed. But I remember when I was a kid asking my pops, yo, what happened to Carlin? How did he die? And he used to always tell us he was drinking too much soda. He drank too much soda. And in reality, he used drugs, and the drugs tore him up. Like that's what happened. Right. But it's not appropriate to tell a kid that. So it's kind of a balance. Like, yeah, some things that you'll need to explain to a child, more specifically in times like when it's not things of discipline and you ask them to do something. Like if they just come to you with a question, that's the time to like explain stuff to them. And there's times when you ask them to do something and they say, why? Then yeah, those are times to explain too, but it's still a fine line in like making sure that your children like trust your experience in life. That's a nice way to put it, at least.
It's a Rubik's Cube. Parenting is, because you can't take one person's parenting, approach and then just say it's going to completely work for you. But you can't. I don't know. There have been some times where my kids have asked me questions, and I'm like, can I talk to you about that later? Because I can't really give you the truth right now. Right. But at the same token, man, like I don't think that exposing kids to things is a gateway to their abuse of it. Like, for example, like exposing them to drugs, talking to them about like alcohol, talking to them about guns. Like,
I agree.
There's a time for all that.
There's a time for it, absolutely. But if you responsibly approach these conversations, man, I think kids are a lot more capable of understanding and discerning things than we give them. Even like 100%. Bad music. Like, man, I let my kids listen to music with cuss words. I don't have a problem with it personally. I prefer that they do sometimes, actually, especially like I let them listen to Lansing music. You know, you be dropping, you know what I'm saying, a couple of bombs. And when they first started listening to it, it was always like, ooh, ooh. So Uncle Lansing, the bad word. But now I've gotten them to the point where it's just like, okay, I understand that that's a bad word. My parents told me that I can't say it, but I know what it means when other people say it. Like, I don't want y'all out here looking like
sheltered.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to reasonably expose you and give you a chance to respond to it under my supervision versus you being wherever and you're exposed to it.
Because then what that leads to is once you sheltered, once you do get that freedom, you going crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And that goes down to everything, bro. Even like with the whole where do kids come from? Like, I'm gonna tell you the most responsible way that, but I'm not gonna let somebody else explain it to you. So,
I'm gonna tell Melody that God put him there. It's the truth.
I mean, it's like growing up, Dad used to let us sip beer. We used to sip on beer when we was younger. We didn't like it.
Not
I didn't like
not
that shit.
ritually.
Yeah,
On occasion, like 1 or 2
Yeah,
occasions.
like, yeah, a couple times, bro. We definitely.
one time.
Mom, Dad wasn't out here just giving us beer, bro. We promise.
We didn't have a whole damn bottle. I'm just saying, like
Just a few
occasionally-
occasions.
But that was his way. That was his way to us. Like, you don't want none of this because my taste of it is like, yo, this shit nasty, bro. I don't want this.
But that's exactly it, though. That's my approach to parenting. And it's crazy because I did the exact same thing. What'd you laugh at that?
It's always like, you know.
I did the exact same thing a week ago. I had some beer, and I gave it to Cadence. I said, "Do you want this?" She took the cup and she smelled it. And she was like, it just doesn't smell good. I don't want it. And I always want her to remember. Like I tell her, I said, "It's cool. Like I actually don't mind if you taste it. I want you to taste it. I want you to see what it tastes like." And I'm gonna do that with all my kids because I want to be the person that exposes you or teaches you about all these things that you're gonna learn about anyway, especially in the internet age. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's a way. It's just a way to do it. Like, you don't want to do it to the point where they go crazy with it or like they go wild because like it's too much information for their maturity level.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a way to do it, but I mean, with that, I mean, I agree with that aspect of it too. But I mean, it's just a way to go about it. It's a balance in pretty much everything you do. So.
Facts.
Yeah, that's real.
So I mean, that's parenting in a nutshell. So when it comes to, I guess, Kirk Franklin cussing out his kid,
Do your thing, bro.
I mean,
I wasn't even mad at it, honestly.
I wasn't mad at him personally.
I don't. Obviously,
There's not one black
I'm not
family
saying
mad
it was
at him.
okay, but
There's not one black family out there mad at Kirk Franklin. We're all
no, it's some super work.
it's
people out there.
we wasn't cussed out like that, like called out our name and like that.
We
but
wasn't
obviously,
33
like
either, bro.
he wasn't 33. No,
That's a grown ass.
Scottie
you're a
Pippen.
grown ass man, bro. Come on.
yeah.
Could you imagine doing that, Lance? At 33 years old?
Can I imagine what?
Getting
Someone
cussed-
calling me a bitch ass nigga? My dad? No, I can't imagine.
I can't imagine
But I
myself doing
figured,
anything
Kirk
that calls for
Franklin
that.
called him
Right.
a bitch ass nigga. He's known him for 33 years. He must be a bitch ass nigga. Come on. Like, he ain't just pulling that out of thin air now.
Like he said that, like him and their son been going through drama their whole.
They have
Yeah.
a toxic man. Remember
They
we
had a therapist on the phone with them, but he didn't put that part out.
man.
He also didn't put what was the source of the start of the conversation.
What happened?
in the
What
first place.
he a bitch? I'm sorry, I ain't gonna say it. He a bitch ass.
He a bitch ass.
But we know it's so hard to like. I'll be tiptoeing right now. But we've seen that characteristic where somebody will hold on to. They'll push you.
Firsthand.
No, they'll push you to a point where you have no choice but to respond that way, and then they record it and hold it against you. Like we've seen that jump.
Yeah, like I can't
happen.
stand
That's how I be
motherfuckers
feeling
that love to
24/7.
like motherfuckers that like to throw stones, or something.
Yeah.
Find time you look
Play
at
the
them, they hide their
victim.
hands behind their back. Like,
That's
nah,
exactly
bro.
because ain't no telling what he said to
Like,
Kirk
nah, bro.
while he wasn't recording.
They
That's
put
some
all that out.
narcissistic ass shit, bro.
And that's the point. So when Kirk Franklin comes out here and he says, "I have had a toxic relationship with my son for so many years," like I get it, bro. And he must have pushed you to that point. And you're a big person for continuing to fool with him after 33 years of toxic relationship.
I mean, like when he was born, it was
take it all the way
toxic.
back.
He probably wasn't 33 years.
I mean, okay, not 33 years, but I mean, how at whatever point it went toxic, like you hired a family therapist, you obviously went out of your way to mend the relationship. But you know what I'm saying? Some joints just ain't meant to. You gotta love some people from afar.
Straight up.
There's enough on to pass around to both parties, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
I know Kirk Franklin wasn't wrong as far as this situation goes. As far as like, I don't think people should condemn him for what was recorded and put out, and being able to be consumed by us. But you know what I'm saying? Like, could he have handled it better? Yes. Did he have to go out there and just blatantly cuss his own son out? No. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
His son was hurt.
I mean, as a Christian, he fell short, like all the rest of us do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
but like I said.
So-
I'm not mad at the reaction. I'm
human.
sure it was justified one way or another. Until it comes out that it wasn't justified, then we can say, we can talk about that.
We
another
can't
day,
hold people.
but for being
We
human,
can't hold
bro.
public figures to the standard of perfection.
At all.
Like they human too. At the end of the day, like
Including your Christian influencers like Kirk Franklin. Man.
everybody, like all them pastors got history. Like ain't nobody who walked this earth walking sin free but Jesus.
That's why I don't want to be a celebrity, man. They gonna catch me doing something. I'm gonna fuck up somehow, somewhere.
And I said what I said.
I mean, it is what it is, man.
They gonna cancel me.
Cancel culture. That's a whole nother podcast.
It
Cancel
really
culture.
is.
Man,
For real.
that shit toxic too.
But how far are we in, Lance?
About 2 hours.
Man, I'm about to try something.
Don't never mind. I don't even want you. Anyway, so what time was? I don't know what time it was when we started.
We started at 8:30.
Nah, it was past 9.
It was past 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
8:30.
Are you sure?
We started at 8:30. I looked at my watch.
Man,
My
I'm about to.
phone.
All right, we started at 8:30. You good, Lance? You good? You good?
Too late.
Just subtract 10 minutes from like your
Time. We had an hour.
we had an hour.
Hour and 6 minutes.
So
Okay.
subtract
So
like
straight.
5 minutes from him he was recording.
Yeah, we still straight. Yeah, we still straight.
After 9.
All right. Well, shit.
Still straight.
I had another topic I want to get to, but you know what? Let's do this.
We can cover it real quick.
We can hit it, and then if the topic elaborates, then we gonna part 2 this joint.
Yeah.
And if we don't, I'm gonna edit this part out.
Easy.
But nah, so the COVID relief bill just hit. The COVID relief is not quite reparations, like, but
I know, right?
it's not quite reparations.
Fuck a stimmy. Where my millie?
You had to bring that back.
It ain't a bill.
Run me my million.
It's
I'll take it.
Well, this is so the breakdown of the bill. I was actually watching AOC. I think it's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Cortez, my bad. Damn, I specifically went to say her name. Like, yo, I'm not gonna fuck up her name.
AOO.
AOO. So Cortez. My bad. Cortez.
You good?
So it was a video circulating on Instagram today with her like breaking down like what's all in the bill. So anybody who makes $75,000 or less as an adult, or $150K as a married couple, they get $1,400 checks. If it's a married couple, you get $2,800. Anybody who made over $80,000, they don't get one. They wanted to do more. I think they wanted to get up to $2,000. But I think what they did was, what they fought for, since they couldn't get that, was anybody who's been on unemployment during this time. The first $10,200 in unemployment that they got, that's going to be tax free. People who have kids, it's not just one lump sum check. You're gonna get recurrent checks for each child that you have throughout the year, depending on
Starting in July.
starting in 3 months from now. So,
Lucky ass nigga.
I should have cuffed up that.
hey man, it's earned, bro.
It's actually that's
what I
just
said.
it's the earned income tax credit. They boosted it from this year or from previous years, and so half of the tax credit that you would typically file on your tax return, they're taking it and cutting it in half and distributing those payments out in advance. And then the other half of the tax credit you file on your taxes
Makes sense.
for the 2021 tax year.
Yeah. So, but anybody who's over the age of 6, is $3,000 for that child in recurrent payments throughout the year. Any child under 6 years old is $3,600 recurring per child throughout the year.
How often?
I'm not sure if it's bi-monthly or monthly.
They didn't specify.
They just said recurring, so I'm not sure. But it's from up until the point they start paying it out to the end of the year.
You just got another job.
That's been his job.
Full-time
He been a
job.
father.
I'm just now getting compensated for it. Matter of fact, y'all owe
Straight
me a
up.
lot more money.
But
Not just one time.
Yeah, I
Times
didn't know
four.
that, man. Y'all, man.
Damn.
Good for y'all, man. I'm happy
I
to see
mean,
y'all.
it's
Nah,
to do the cost balance out. That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. You spend a lot of money on your kids.
Man,
so
I could tell you.
I be seeing like on Twitter, people be like, "See, y'all should have had kids. Y'all be getting a stimmy." He's like, "Y'all think this $3,600 worth having a whole kid?"
Exactly,
Nah.
bruh.
I mean, obviously, having the kids is it's a blessing, and we love the kids that we have. But for people who don't want kids, that ain't worth it to them.
Nah, don't have a
Obviously.
kid for a stimmy.
Right. Also, another thing in this bill that I think is dope aside from the fact that it's $300 per week for anybody who's unemployed through September.
That's on top of the unemployment,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm. So the unemployment was about to get unemployment was about to get cut off like soon.
300 or 3,000?
Yeah, this week.
300.
Oh, you said 3,000. I was about to be like, huh?
No, 300.
Nigga, I quit. Get me
Straight
out of
up.
here.
But so 300 per week through then. People who've lost a loved one due to COVID, if they have funeral expenses, they get reimbursed up to $7,000. I think that's dope.
That's fire.
To help those families out who dealt with so much. Cobra premiums, that's some insurance things. Those are paid for 100% all the way up through September.
So the ACA.
Yeah, I think that's too.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
So,
Marketplace premiums are covered
That's
for
fire. Okay, cool.
through
6
September.
months or something.
Okay, that's fire.
Wow.
That's fire. Well, actually, I
Yeah.
didn't know that already, but I know about Cobra, though.
And then also, like, I think the way she broke this down, like, so states who, if they're not able to reopen schools, or if, the fire department, anything like statewide jobs that aren't able to do what they need to do due to financial issues, they're getting money to like fund stuff like that. So people who work for the state don't get laid off. I'm not sure what the number was on that, but they're supplementing that income to help the states maintain, essentially. They're putting in money to help schools reopen safely. They're giving, I think, the restaurant industry things. I think the movie industry and all that's included. But like businesses that like heavily suffer due to the COVID pandemic, they're giving $28 billion in grants to those industries, those businesses, just because of
this
this
money from.
Us? What you mean?
Taxes, fool.
Yeah,
What's cool though? This bill wouldn't have passed if we didn't elect Ossoff.
Straight up.
It would
Straight
not.
up.
It would not have happened, bro.
I think it.
It wouldn't have happened because they passed the bill straight. Democrats. No Republicans voted yes on this
Yeah.
bill.
I mean, the reason why I think a lot of it is politics, and them just sticking together. But there were a lot of components in the bill that had bipartisan support. It was the extra stuff that a lot of the Republicans didn't agree with for reasons that they voted no on the bill. But for the direct payments and extending unemployment, they agree with.
I don't know. They had us at 600 at first.
I mean, but you know what I'm saying? At the time, okay, so I don't know if Trump had won, or assuming Trump won.
This was after he lost.
I know, but he was calling for $2,000 payments. So was Mitt Romney, and so were a few other key Republican senators. He drafted up some legislation it would have been a cut to welfare in general, Medicaid. But he was trying to help out the child poverty rates in this country by throwing direct payments to parents as well. I think the bill would have been passed. A bill would have been passed. It just would have looked a lot differently than the bill that was passed.
Yeah, they didn't get everything they wanted, but I think we got a lot more due to the current political situation.
Absolutely.
Versus what it was 6 months ago.
And even if it was a bill, even if they did pass a bill, it probably wouldn't have happened at the time that it did.
Right.
People would have went without unemployment probably for a month or two.
Exactly.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
Does anybody know what the like? And this is an honest question. What are the implications of the United States printing so much money?
Probably the
value
value of the dollar. Yeah.
So the value of the dollar goes down, and then so basically, do y'all feel comfortable leveraging our future to solve like current problems?
We gotta live now.
the current problems are pretty important.
They're going crazy. Actually,
Yeah, it's
COVID.
it's a lot of we're blessed, and like especially my situation, I was able to keep my job, work from home, all that. So I haven't, as far as from a financial standpoint, I haven't actually like felt the impact of COVID-19. If anything, it like financially it might have helped a little bit just off the fact that I don't have to drive an hour to work every day, and like I'm filling up my gas tank once a month or once every 2 months versus once every 4-5 days like how I used to. But
Pandemic for Drew.
straight no, not quite. Not quite. I'm not trying to like make it seem like I'm benefiting and I came up and all that. But I do think like the present issues and what we're going on with the pandemic, it was important to address that now. And then, the government has the power to figure that shit out later. So that's what I think. But one more thing that I wanted to get to about the bill, and it's probably the most intriguing part. We ain't all the way there yet. But AOC has said that there's a provision in there to where if your student loan debt gets canceled, then you don't have to pay taxes on the money that your student loan debt got canceled for, which means it's probably a pathway to get student loan debt eliminated.
Yeah.
Which is, I think AOC was saying, like, we need to mobilize to try to get that done. So
Is that federal and private?
I didn't get the details on that from the video, but just there being a pathway to that, I think is intriguing, and we could probably push to get something done with that.
Yeah.
So
I just want to know why so many people oppose that. Like, I think that Republicans, although have interesting like points of view and very conservative in their values and their fiscal outlook, why would they like oppose student loan forgiveness so much? Like, what's the like for real? Like, because they're not stupid. Let's not assume that they're stupid. I'm sure they're very intelligent individuals. Why would they oppose canceling student loans?
I honestly think it is kind of aligned with what I was saying a couple podcasts ago about what Wall Street Trapper said about the
Not giving them
the lions and the gazelles and all that. Like, they don't want to give us a leg up because then they're not going to be able to eat.
That-
like,
man, I feel like
and the people, they have people that support them, like, that have like hella bread and all that, you know, they like, yo, I got this bread. I need you to make sure these bills don't get passed and things like that. My bad. Go ahead, Lake.
No, I was just gonna say, it's all politics, honestly, man. These higher ups, they have friends in every place, right? So it's probably benefiting somebody for us to pay these bills,
I
the
can see
tuition, because and that's why the politicians are not passing it, because they have a homie that's probably like a CEO or a fast food or some other organization. So I mean, I think it's all about relationships and who you know.
If I forgot where I heard it or read it, I feel like I read it somewhere. I don't remember where, so don't quote me. But it was somewhere that said that the country of America makes a great amount of money, if not the most money, off student loans.
It's a scam, bro.
So
That's a whole nother
like when it
convo for
comes to
another day.
funding our country for whatever the fuck we got to fund it for, the bulk of that money is coming from us paying our student loans. So if you try to chop student loans, you're taking away some of the biggest revenue that the country is making. So
How does that make sense though when the government is the one that lended out that bread? You know what I'm saying? How's that revenue from them when it started out as a liability?
It's coming back
What you mean?
with
It's coming
interest.
back.
Yeah, that's what we're paying for.
Yeah, like you see student loans, they'll get out of college and they student loan debt be $40,000 and they deferring. 5 years later, that student loan it turned from $40,000 to $50,000 in 5 years. Like
Exactly.
y'all charging me $2,000 a year?
Right.
Like it's a scam, bro.
I mean,
You was ahead of your time when you was saying, don't go to college.
hey, see,
Don't do this, don't do that.
I told y'all I'm a genius. I told y'all about what 4 months ago.
But that's only because student loans. All right. Go to college if you have a full ride.
No, y'all gonna say.
and I mean, if the education is worth it, that too. I mean,
It's not.
Yeah,
It depends.
I've been saying
Because
that.
you find yourself in a predicament. You have your degree. You're looking for a job, and it finds out that the job you're looking for, you have all these different requirements, but they only pay $15 an hour.
I think college is worth it. I think
20 an hour.
I think we go too early. I think we don't spend enough time figuring out what we're really interested in.
That's a key
We're
point,
not
'cause
being taught what we're interested in, nor are we fed or fueled to actually pursue those things at a younger age. Like, think about it. Our parents were taking, home economics, auto shop, wood, things like
Yeah,
that.
they took all them
we don't
classes
we don't
out.
take none. We don't take none of that shit.
That's why I got my kids in the school that they're in right now, and that's why we spend a stimmy on their freaking education for that reason alone, because we want them environments where they learn. But
My kids are going to the same school.
bro, come on, man,
I lied. They're going to public school.
that's cool too. You know what I'm saying? Whatever works for you,
supplement the education like our parents did us.
Bruh.
man. It's hard, bro.
Mom did everything for me.
Facts, man. But that's the thing. Like, I'm not like what mom did. Respect to you, but I'm not giving up my life to like where the primary of my existence is focused on like my kids and their advancement, like 24/7.
Damn.
It's not a terrible thing, but
That's fucked up.
hey, I gotta live too. I got aspirations. I got goals. Like, they're gonna be a part of my journey. They're coming along with me, but I can't abandon my entire life and just be 100% like
Yeah.
like everything I have is given to you. I ain't doing that.
I mean, honest. If you being honest,
sounds
like
bad
that,
anyway.
it sounds bad to
It
say,
sounds
but
terrible.
it's you know.
You're a bad person.
I mean, I bet if we ask mom, when we have maybe for Mother's Day, and we bring mom on the podcast and we talk about that, I bet she would want to do it differently. Actually, no, she probably wouldn't.
She
No,
would want to do
wouldn't.
it differently, but I mean, you gotta. I mean, part of like what you do in life is figuring out what you want to do, and that inspires your kids in itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a balance in doing that. Obviously, my priority number one is being there for my daughter and then any future kids I have. So anything I do is gonna be for them, but at the same time, like I still gotta figure out who I am and what I want to do and the things I want to get into and the interest, because part of it is if, you know, and it's been a cycle in our community and a lot of different other communities as well, but like, you know, we've been taught to, you know, go to school, then go to college, then get a degree, then get a job working 9 to 5.
Be a zombie.
Right. And then, you know,
I can't do that.
and you got to like do that for your whole life to maintain so you can get to a point where you can retire, where if we were to focus on what it is that we want to do and figure out a way to monetize and profit off of that, we would be a lot better off.
And a lot happier.
Absolutely.
A lot better off and a lot happier, because I mean, you know, we spending time being productive for, you know, what it is that we want to do. Like my job, it served its purpose. It's still serving its purpose.
Right.
But God didn't put me here to do what I do at work. Like that's not what He put me here for.
Significant.
So, I mean, it does what it has to do. But when you think about like the most valuable thing we have on this earth is time, and when you think about how much time you spend
Doing
working
stuff you
for
don't want to do.
or working for somebody else, like
Or the birds.
it's a lot of time. And
I be at the gym just like, I'm counting down. So that basketball hoop video, bro. So did you think I was gonna go baseline, or did you think I was gonna? What you thought was happening?
I ain't gonna lie, that was a quick little crossover you had there. It was
that.
quick.
You saw
You
that.
got me.
Yeah, I
you
got
got
you.
me. Wait till my Achilles heal up.
Okay, it's gonna be some time.
I thought you said you was never hooping again.
Nah, that's cap. I'm hooping, bro. I'm ready right now. I need to start getting buckets. And then y'all posting shit online. Nah, redemption.
That's like hell no.
Do not say y'all. I am over here.
I think it's safe to say, or fair to say, that Lance, like, everybody's nice. I mean, except for me. Everybody's nice in basketball. Lance does the most cooking on the court.
He can shoot.
Lake
He does the most shooting.
No, Lance does the most cooking, bro. Period.
Lance does the most cooking. I will give it to him.
Period.
I will give it to him.
I didn't know Lance was gonna say that.
Reluctantly. No, Lance be doing some shit. I be like, oh shit. Hey, he don't be knowing what he be doing, bro. He'll do tween behind the back, crossover step back. I'm like, damn.
I had did some shit. I had made a little crossover. I dribbled, boom, step, and then kind of like just shot off one leg. And when that shit hit the bottom of the net too, I'm like, how the fuck I just do that shit?
Hey, man, I think you got the most natural athletic ability in the fam, dog.
I do.
See, now that's why I got it.
No.
I gotta say cap.
Like
Natural-
I think that's natural. Like you worked hard to get to where you at.
You're
bro.
probably a harder worker than
you
him.
had to
That's
work
cap
hard.
too.
Like
I did work hard, but these one-handed grabs in practice in the game ain't come from practicing.
But he did that, and he was a quarterback.
And
When he
he
did one-handed grab.
no, he just played that position.
He played receiver, and he.
I did a one-handed grab too.
And he's nice at basketball.
I'll give it to him.
Yeah.
He never
I'm
hit.
that
Last time he beat me though.
So when you
So I
get your
think we about
Achilles
to-
back,
When was the last time you
Hey,
beat me?
chill. Damn, bro. I don't know, bro.
when you get your Achilles back right, we all going. And I'm gonna get right too. I'm about to start hooping because I'm tired.
We can still have a shooting contest.
No, I'm not doing that with you.
You want to have a rebound contest?
I would love that. Hey, I'll smash the rebounds. Dog. I stay getting rebounds. That's all I'm good at.
Can't nobody beat me though. So
Shout out to the COVID bill, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
COVID in general,
You know
man.
what
Hey,
I'm saying?
we should expand on this topic because I want to get into.
don't talk shit.
Not right now.
Now I did want to, because it has been, I think as of a few days ago, a year since like COVID actually hit. Is that what you were saying? You wanted to expand on?
Exactly,
Yeah, I did too.
I just want to know, like, if everyone's perspective of like COVID in general like has changed a bit, and I guess into like muddy water and like you know what I'm saying, cancel territory. Yeah. But I want to have that conversation, man. I mean,
We were about to do it now.
not right now. No, later. Yeah. I mean, y'all know my position
Right.
for the most part. But yeah, I would love to talk about that.
Yeah, we can get into that on the next one. This one is a wrap. Appreciate y'all tuning in once again. Y'all got some flames ready for me? Y'all seem like y'all ready to talk some shit.
Nah, I ain't got
bro.
no-
I hear y'all
Close this out.
snickering, bro. All right, we out. Appreciate y'all tuning in. It's the Mac 5 Podcast, episode 8.
I promise that I'm doing all the things you said I couldn't. I know you won't believe me if I told you I'm a star in the making. Get more support from unfamiliar faces. No, I don't strive to be famous, but I'm not blocking any blessings. If that shit is up for offer, then you know I'ma take it. It got a few stipulations about my soul. I never give it to Satan at all. Money really be the reason that some of you fall. Doing shit just for abundance. But fuck what y'all been doing, cause I know my time is coming. I've been running and running. I came this far and I'm not seeing any reason in stopping. Niggas